first song. It's called Getting on Stage. Thank you. Welcome. My name is Andrew Morlock, and behind me is the 2022-2023 first year beginning band. Let's give them a round of applause, please. It's always an exciting time to start this first year. The very first couple months are interesting, to say the least. I'm sure you've heard it at home. But I love around October, it finally turns into music. And we're so excited to present everything we've been doing in the band room. And so without further ado, we're going to start with a classic piece, Mary Had a Little Lamb, or as it's known, the Roll Down. So thank you so much for coming. Here we go. Yeah, that was a joke. I told him that you would clap no matter what. Thank you so much for doing that. See, oftentimes, kids are really nervous up here for the very first time. They're worried about making a mistake, so I just let them make as many mistakes as possible on that first tune. So yeah, beginning band kind of starts like that. So that's a little taste of what we get at the very beginning of the year, and how do we take that and we hone it and we make it into music. And it takes some time and some practice and effort. But yeah, it goes through that period. So now let's try it again, but for real this time. Hopefully it sounds different. Mary Had a Little Lamb. Feel your collective sighs of relief. So our next tune is a classic. It's one that every instrumentalist has to learn. It's the first step. We call it hot cross buns. You might have played it a few times on various instruments like the recorder, piano, or whatever you might have had. But it is an important first step for a band instrument, because even though it's simple, it has quarter notes and half notes, it's the first step that turns them from being an average person into an instrumentalist, being able to do something that someone else could not do. Some of you, they just handed you their instrument and said, play hot cross buns, you wouldn't even know how to hold it. And that's the very first couple weeks of band, is how to open the case, how to assemble the instrument, how to put a reed on. And then when we finally get to this first piece, it's such a crucial first step. It's small, but it's important. So I hope you enjoy our next piece, Hot Cross Buns. What's very important about that piece, I don't know if you noticed, is that there's a half rest in there. There's 2 counts of rest. And most of us, if you were to play hot cross buns from memory, we would not include the rest, which is very important. It teaches us how to read music and know when not to play, which is almost as important as when to play. Our next piece is called Go Tell Aunt Rhody, and it was their very first playing check. The very first time these kids had to play by themselves in front of everybody else. And I try as hard as I can to create an environment in my band class where they support each other, because we all started in the same place. Everybody's going through the shared struggle, and they need to be able to play in front of each other. Even if they sound good or bad, we all support each other and find the solutions instead of just talking about what's wrong. And so this was the first one. I don't think anybody cried when they played this year, which is good. And they did really well, and they made it even better. And so I hope you enjoy this tune. It includes breath marks, which means specific times where the musicians are meant to breathe, not for themselves, but for the music, to give those pauses, the little comments. So I hope you enjoy Goats on That Road. Before we play our next tune, I just wanted to introduce to you the individual sections in this band. The other thing that makes band interesting is while we are all playing the same pieces, they are all operating vastly different instruments that require many different skill sets, which makes it very difficult to say individual things. You can't just say blow harder to every single person because everyone's operating different things. So I just wanted to introduce them to you individually so you can see them. So first we'll talk about the clarinet section. So clarinets, could you stand up, please? Round of applause for the clarinet section. A woodwind instrument, which doesn't mean it's made out of wood. It means that the sound is produced by a small piece of wood called a reed that is held together onto the mouthpiece. Can you show us this, Zoe? Right here. Show this. Yes, right here. It's the reed. It's a small piece of wood, and you put it in the mouth, you blow it, vibrates the reed, which causes it to resonate through the instrument. And that's why we call it a woodwind. So thank you so much, clarinets. So you go ahead and have a seat. Saxophones, can you stand up, please? Round of applause for the saxophone section. Very similar to the clarinet, there's a reed on it as well, only it comes in horizontal as opposed to vertically. Even though it uses similar techniques, the mouth has to be drawn in a different way, and they have to play with an open sort of sound to get the low notes and tighten up to go high. So difficult in its own sort of way. So thank you, saxophones. You can have a seat. Flutes, let's stand up. Big round of applause for the flute section. The hardest instruments to play, and while it's in the woodwind family, it's kind of like adjacent. It uses the airstream, if you've ever blown over top of a bottle to make that ooh sound. It's the same thing with the flute. You have to blow it, skim it across the top. It's very difficult to start, and a lot of kids feel very discouraged at the beginning because it's hard to create that first sound. But they end up being one of the hardest working sections of the band because they met the hard stuff first. And once you climb over that first hill, it's all downhill from there. So one more big round of applause. Let's have the trumpet section stand up here. We got a big trumpet section. Round of applause for them. Mouthpiece. When you put it up to your mouth and you go to make the sort of sound, they always laugh at that when you do it the first time. But then you tighten it up and you control the sound with the tightness of your lips and the compression of the air. So very challenging as well to play higher and lower and control that because there's only 3 buttons to push down, so everything's controlled with your mouth. Trumpets, you can go ahead and sit down. Trombone, stand up. Round of applause for trombone. The whole mouth, and then instead of valves, they have a slide, almost like a big slide whistle to reach it. So very cool trombone section. Go ahead and have a seat. And this year, we actually have 2 French horns. So French horns, please stand up. Big round of applause. Brass instrument to to start in the section because it has 3 valves like a trumpet, but all the notes are much closer together, so it's easy to miss these targets when they're trying to play. Very hard at the beginning and frustrating, and I appreciate their dedication to trying to make it through while we're all just struggling together in these first months. So thank you so much. Now I think that's everyone that's sitting down, but let's talk about the percussion section. Round of applause for them in the back. How do you describe percussion as hitting stuff with stuff? Because even though it's drums, it's also xylophone, vibraphone, marimba, cymbals, suspended cymbal, all these different ratchet, all these kind of things that they're hitting stuff with in the back. But we start with snare drum, bells, and bass drum, and they're doing such a great job. I'm so proud of this percussion section because if you have a great band but a bad percussion section, you got a bad band. But if you have a bad band and you have a good percussion section, you can still kind of make it work sometimes. And we have both a good band and a good percussion section. So round of applause for everybody. So I introduced them all to you because our next tune involves them playing separately. It's called Listen to Our Section. So we have the percussion play, then the woodwinds, and the brass, which means they have to rest and not play when somebody else is playing, so everyone gets their turn. And you know as well as I do, it's very hard for children to be patient. Right? And so let's hope that they do very well tonight. I present to you Listen to Our Sections. Here we go. Our next tune is a classic. It's called London Bridge, and I'm sure you've heard of it. What makes it significant in our band is it's the first time. Did I skip one? I'm sorry, I forgot there's a secret song, guys. It's not in the program, going off program right now. We did a song, our second playing check was Lightly Road. And normally I challenge those students, and it's a hard song, and they don't usually sound very good. But this band sounded really good. They learned how to practice, which always makes me happy. And so I liked it so much, I was like, let's play it on the concert. And then probably forgot I said that. So let's rewind, and we're going to do this song called Lightly Row. I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. I can't believe I forgot that. That's the first mistake I've ever made. Let's tell them that. There's 3 things you need to know about me. That's the first mistake I've ever made. I have a terrible memory, and I've made no mistakes. So the next piece we're going to do for real this time is London Bridge. What makes it significant is it is a duet, meaning that there's 2 different parts that are doing 2 different things at the same time. That's the first time we get to something like this. Up until now, we've been doing something called unison, where everyone plays the same thing at the same time, or they pause and come in. This is the first time they're playing together. So you're going to hear the woodwinds playing the melody, brass playing a harmony, and then when they repeat, they're going to switch. So I hope you enjoy this. It was a big step for them. Here comes London Bridge. is one of my favorites. I currently have a 7-year-old son, but when he was 2, his favorite song was Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I would sing it to him over and over again when he would be able to go to sleep at night. And it became something that I loved doing with bands because he would come and he would conduct the bands just as a little tiny kid. And so even now, he really, really loves hearing it. While he couldn't be here tonight, we recorded this for him. I think it was on his birthday, wasn't it? Yeah, so we recorded for his birthday. He loved it. He loves hearing the band. He's always nervous to come now because he's like, I don't know any of these kids, and all of them know him. So I talk about him all the time. But I always thought it's so beautiful that when bands, when you say that bands can't sing, like usually people in band will say like, I'm in band because I can't sing, that's why I'm in band. And I'm like, well, you have to sing because your instrument is a translation of your singing voices, so you need to be able to sing to do that. So the first thing we're going to do today for you is we're going to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star for you tonight. So I hope you enjoy this version of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I didn't tell Mom. Playing this time. We should start playing. So up until now, you've been hearing just the first 5 notes that have been played. That's a concert B flat, C, D, E flat, and F. So if you went to a piano and you're a piano person, those are the first 5 notes that you run on the instrument. But next, that song was the first one that added the G. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. So everyone that had to push the range up a little bit higher, that's harder for brass players. But now we're going to go on the other side, and we're going to go do a little low note using this song called Doodle All the Day, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and it goes down to a low concert A. And so I hope you appreciate this song, Doodle All the Day. Now I built this as a winter concert because it is during the very beginning of winter, but you know there is a lot of Christmas lights around here, and so I probably think we should play at least one Christmas tune. And so in the beginning book we have Jingle Bells, and it's a beautiful song, and the kids always want to play it, jingle bells, jingle all the way, because of the memory. We have to learn how to read it quarter notes and play the half notes and everything that it is. And so I'm so excited to treat you to this song, Jingle Bells. While we're on the subject, if you're interested in some musical gifts for your young instrumentalists, I would suggest a couple things. If you can find music books for them that they would want to play out of, I would suggest 101 Christmas songs for the instruments. If you go to Amazon, 101 Christmas songs for trumpet, or Disney, or top hits, just something that they can practice at home that's not what I give them, that they do for fun. And the better that they get at learning how to read music, you'll notice that they play more and more out of that book. And the more they play, the less it's practice, and the less it feels like work, and the more they enjoy it. And the more maybe you'll enjoy it as well. Also, reeds would be something important. How many of you are low on reeds? Raise your hand if you're low on reeds. There you go. There they are. Also, if you have a trombone player, there's little spray bottles that they use for like hairspray. If you fill that up with water, they can spray their slime with it. I've been trying to find it, but I can't find it anywhere. If you find some, that would be good as well. New sticks, new mallets for percussionists, because they're going to probably break some soon if they haven't already. And just something general musical will be helpful for your young musicians. So I hope that you think about that this Christmas season. Our next tune, you probably heard in the back, the percussion are starting to play 8 notes. That's 2 notes per beat. So instead of 1, 2, they go 1 and 2, 3 and 4. But our next tune, we're going to have the whole band play 8 notes. It's the very first time they've ever done it. Inside of this exercise is also 4 quarter rests. So there's 4 moments where the whole band doesn't play, in theory. I've been doing this is my 13th, lucky 13, beginning band. And I've never had a beginning band on stage to play it perfect. No pressure. So here we go. I hope you enjoy this. It is called 8th Note Jam.
I think they just did.
Hope someone was recording that. So before we move on, we're heading on to the more challenging part. I've been to a lot of beginning band concerts that, just do hot cross ones or a couple, but I really try to push the envelope and also give you guys a little taste of what we're doing in class every day. So that also means getting to the challenging pieces that aren't as successful. And so I hope that you are excited to see what's going to happen here in the next couple of teams. But before we get to that, I did want to mention a couple things. I meant to mention the band boosters earlier, but since you're a first-year band parent, if you are, some of these are siblings up here, I know, but if you're a first year, we have a program that supports us called the Band Boosters. And what they do is they provide us with fundraising opportunities and the financial ability to purchase instruments and to get all these extra things that I can't get. So percussion equipment, when you come to my room, you'll see bass drums, vibraphones, xylophones, marimbas. They got me new stands last year, and it's just such a great organization that supports us and lets us be able to do what we need to do in here. What you can do for your part, if you'd like to join the Band Boosters, they're outside, they have a booth set up. But if you wanted to support us, they have a Band Booster card, and I don't know if Ron needs out there. Ron, you out here somewhere? Do you have that oversized card?
No, sorry.
He does not have the oversized card. Can you run and go get it in 30 seconds? I'll band for you. Okay. So how's everybody doing tonight? You having a good time? No, so this Band Booster card is $10, and it gives you discounts to all a bunch of different restaurants around here. I'm not exactly sure what's all on there, which is why I'm having them go grab it, but I do know there's great deals for everything around here. The one that I saw on there is Shepherd's Coffee, which has just opened up, and if you don't know anything about me, I am a coffee drinker. They talk about directly what to do with your left hand, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That's where I hold the coffee. So here he is. Round of applause for Ron Mead. So here, this is not the size card you would get. It comes in wallet size. Okay, but it's $10 and it gets you a discount. I have Angelo's Pizza, Baker's Hardware, Big Bulls, Buddy Rogers Music. So if you want to get those reads, Eli Sports Bar, Gold Star, Mason, Max Stacy Flowers, Ross Bakery, Ross Hardware, Shepherd's Ground Coffee, Yum, Subway, and Texas Roadhouse. Okay, this is $10, which even with our inflation that we've been going through is still staying at $10. If you'd like to support the band, they're out there as well. The indoor percussion drum line is trying to raise money as well. We have a competitive indoor drum line at the high school level, and there's some bakas out there as well if you'd like to support the band that way. But I'd love for you to join. We have meetings every month where we talk about what we're doing. If you're more interested in being involved and helping us with fundraising opportunities, just being a part of the band as we get older and older and these kids get more into it out here. So thank you so much to Ron and the Boosters, and thank you so much if you'd like to contribute and help us out. So now, moving on. Our next tune is called Frere Jacques, which we all probably know singing as a child. This is a round, meaning that one group is going to start and the next one's going to follow, and it spins around in a circle. Very beautiful. So we're going to play it for you once all together, and then you're going to see it go into this round in theory. So I hope that you enjoy Frere Jacques. Our next tune is a classic. Old MacDonald had a band, which is kind of an inside joke because my middle name is MacDonald. It's Scottish. Would you like fries with that? And I also have a band. This is a more advanced listen to our sections, meaning that you're going to have, this is also the first tune that the trombone section is going to play a bass line. And so normally they play with the rest of the band and we're pretending like they're the melody. We know the trombones don't play the melody. I'm only kidding, trombone players. I think I saw Logan out there somewhere, so I was And so they're going to play the bass line, and it's also, brass is going to come in a different part as the woodwinds and percussion. This is much more challenging than listening to our sections. And I'm very excited to present to you Old MacDonald at a ring. Hey, and just like that, we're the last song. Right? It's always crazy to think how quickly the concerts go. We work so hard every single day, and then it just comes in and sound like that. I hope that you enjoyed it. I have some thank yous to put out. So thank you to Chris Saylor, principal, and Tony Albrecht. Tony, I think, is right there as well. You can turn to him and give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. The administration goes to the business for supporting Music Care Box. We truly appreciate it. Thank you to all of the music teachers that have helped raise these students to where they are now. So Greg Patcher, Hillary Lobos, Sydney Barnett in choir. So a lot of these kids are also in choir, if you couldn't tell, from Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But thank you especially to Mr. Richard Raymer, who's back here organizing the percussion section. He's the head band director and one of the best guys we've ever met. So round of applause to Mr. Richard. Also, you can see, I don't know if he's in here right now, but you can see Ken Smith out there. These are percussion tech and works with the indoor percussion. And he comes in and works with the percussion. Oh, he's right there. Oh. Round of applause for Ken Smith. He's in the These work with the percussion kids, and if you can't tell, they're doing so well. It's incredible how well they're able to keep time back there, especially at the young age. And thank you so much to everybody out here that's here to support music. Without your influence on these kids, they wouldn't be here today. Even if you don't have a musical bone in your body, like my mom did, it just helped to say, hey, that sounded good, do it again for me. And so if you could do that and support them at all, that would be wonderful. And I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate you showing them your music, listening to their music. Some of it's good, right? And thank you so much for being here tonight. But most of all, thank you to everybody that's sitting here behind me and staying behind me. One big round of applause. It ain't my job so easy because all I have to do is wave my arms until the music stops. So we got one more tune for you tonight. It's their favorite. It's the one that I love to end the first concert with. I hope you enjoy it. It's called Hard Rock Blues. being here tonight. We will see you again if you check your program. We have a concert, Band in the Round is the next time you're going to see us. It is in April, and so check that. Make sure that you have that time free. That will be here in the gym with every other band in the whole district playing at once, so not at once. If you're in your 6th grade, then 7th grade, then 8th grade, then the high school, each one plays a song as we go around, and we play a song all together. It's a very exciting experience, and I can't wait to have you see it. But for now, have a happy holidays. And I have one more tradition that I do. I usually take a selfie with the entire band up on stage. So let me do that, then I'll take them back and talk to them for a second, then I'll send them out to you. But if I don't see you, have a wonderful, happy holidays. I'll see you on the other side.